Love me, love me, love me. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. Take it away, turmeric and cheer.
Hi guys. So this was our first BOGO and by turmeric, and you got cheer. So I actually love turmeric in a tea. That's how I make turmeric. But it's very grounding. You can see there with the slide, resilience, self-assurance, promotes healthy immune response. So that's what I like to do. I like to make a tea around lunchtime after working on patients half the day. If there's a quick moment, this is what I'll add to my tea. So soothes irritated tissues and inflammation, cough, lung, respiratory support, perfect for this time that we are dealing with so many things. Support brain function, uplift mood, and it can be taken internally, and you can do it topically as well. So if you're having an area that maybe is uh, has some inflammation, this is something you would want to incorporate. I do not diffuse turmeric because it just has a very different type of smell, but the benefits are amazing. So you can see there, Ui created this, and cramps be gone. There's a little recipe there, and brain booster. A quick, just gonna go through a couple of my notes. Fungal, bacterial, viral infections, great for Alzheimer's, stroke, so things with the brain. It blood and lymph purifier, liver, gallbladder detox. So just really, really great. They even said it's great for the skin. So I would definitely give this a try. Hopefully you bought it. And the free oil is cheer. So cheer is just that. It's very uplifting, happy, joyful, um, and oils that you can use it, or the oils that make up cheer is wild orange, lemon myrtle, clove, cinnamon, and vanilla bean. And I love cheer. That was exactly what I was rolling on tonight. I love to diffuse it in the morning. And there's some recipes there that Aisha included. And the emotional part of, I forgot to talk about the emotional part really quick. Turmeric is the oil of restoration, and cheer, of course, is the oil of cheerfulness. So very uplifting. And if you want to share, go ahead and either put it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself, because we want to talk about these things. I can go through the chat. Kate says, add a drop of lime to your turmeric tea for flavor and digestive support. That is exactly what I do. Thanks, Kate. I also add a little bit of frankincense. And Liza says, all cramps using topically like suggested in a roller. And I do it also with deep blue. That's how I do it with my cramps. Ui said she got these from One Drop. Mata, I thought turmeric during cramping was not good. I don't know, Mata. I never heard that. I think I actually use it quite a bit with my deep blue. Anybody else heard that?
I, Eliza,
Yes.
I used to think that turmeric would be amazing for my moon cycle until I used it in front of one of my girlfriends who's an herbalist, and she said that using turmeric while you have your flow is going to increase your blood flow, because that's how turmeric helps us, by increasing our blood flow. So on that special time of the month, it's going to make you bleed more.
Interesting. Okay, thanks for sharing that. I had never heard that too. And I know a lot of people, like Fraser said, it's one of her favorites for pain and inflammation. So, but maybe during your, your cycle, using other oils like marjoram, frankincense, for those specific reasons would be more beneficial. I'd never heard that before. Thanks for sharing.
Maybe it was just for ingesting it though. I'm not sure. I would look into.
yeah, follow up and ask if it makes a difference if you're ingesting, because this suggestion was just a topical suggestion, um, and not one for internal use.
I mean, anything that works during the cramping time of month.
So, yeah, I mean, my personal like favorite pain balm that I've always shared is marjoram, frankincense, copaiba, and lemongrass. Actually, those are what I typically use. But turmeric is definitely one of some people's favorites. So, and again, going back to what Kanani said about the smell thing, I think I veer away from turmeric because of that a lot. That patchouli and fennel, just I'm still trying to play nicely with those three guys. So but thanks, Mata. We always love to hear other, other people's testimonies and knowledge. And I would love to hear from your friend if it matters, if it's topical or internal. So let us know. Kay House says I add a drop to my coffee in the morning. So a lot of people love to do the On Guard. Zaisha said turmeric with frankincense for gout. I've heard lemon a lot in water, but I've never heard the turmeric with frank. Ray said turmeric, yarrow, green mandarin, copaiba, pink pepper, frank together, 2 drops each under tongue, energy and mood boost. That came from, what was that, like Taming the Tiger blend or something, right, Ray? Wasn't that one shared a while ago, and it has like some name like that? Does it thin the blood, making it flow easier? Oh, Danny, I think, is asking Mata in relationship to what your friend shared with you. Oh, Auntie said that I'm currently on a blood thinner and the doctor said to get off turmeric for now. Okay. And then Jessica said she loves Claricalm for that time of the month. And and Kanan's dad told her, dad's doctor said the same thing. And Ray said my 15-year-old dog, oh my God, my eyes, can walk up the stairs again with turmeric, frank, copaiba in her food. Janice says, I rarely use the oil, but love the double encapsulated pills, and it helps so much with my joints. Awesome. Anybody else? All right. Kanan, you want to share anything else before we move on to the next BOGO?
No, let's keep it rolling.
All
That's
right.
good.
Okay, awesome. Okay, next up is tea tree and citronella. Take it away.
That's me. Sorry. I tried to press the unmute button. Can you hear me okay though? Okay, so mine is tea tree and citronella, and I actually use them today. I'm gonna post a video on it later. So what I did is we put a blow up pool outside in the yard for the boys, and before they go into the pool, because they're like jumping out, running around the grass, jumping back in the pool, I have a smaller container of water. So I put On Guard cleaner concentrate with tea tree and citronella in it. So that way it's like a cleansing solution. So they're cleaning their feet every time they're jumping into the pool beforehand. And so that way citronella keeps away like all the bugs outside too. So that's how I use both of them today. But I personally, sorry, I can feel like my anxiety kicking in. Okay, but I personally love using tea tree daily. So this is something that I use for like blemishes, when it's that time of the month and I'm breaking out or something. I just put it undiluted directly onto spots. I love making my own rollers. So I love using it for my boys' owie spray, or now their spray for their roller. So I have different oils in there that's really great for like cleansing cuts and scrapes. So they just apply that topically directly onto the spot. And it's also great for ear infections. So that's one thing I've never really talked about. Before using doTERRA, my boys always had ear infections. They've gone to see like the ear, nose, throat specialist doctors a lot. So now anytime, as soon as they're like, oh, my ears are sore, I just grab tea tree, I dilute that, and then I'll put it like right around their ears on the outside. But you don't ever want to drop it directly onto your ears, with all oils. You don't want to drop it directly into your ears. So you can put it directly onto the outside, you can dilute it. And then you can also, I think Liza said she cuts the end of a Q-tip off, right? I just get like cotton balls and I cut it into smaller pieces and then I make them tighter. Then you can drop tea tree directly onto that and then put it into the ear while they're sleeping. So that's really, really going to help with ear infections. Another way that I've used it before is for like a ugu preventative spray. So you can, since kids are going back to school, you can spray this directly onto your kids' hair. So dilute it with some water. You can make like a leave-in conditioner with it, spray it onto their hair before they go to school. That's another thing that will help them like fight off all the gross stuff at school that you don't want them to bring home. So spray that onto them. And then also citronella, you can use that as like a ugu preventative oil too. So you can add that into the spray too. So that's 2 for 1 for that one. Okay, so those are kind of like my own ways to use it. I'm gonna read over some of the things that are actually on the graphic now. So it's also great for immune support. So yes, you can apply it topically. You can take it internally, so in the Flume blend. If you're using it topically, you can do it like up and down the spine, on your pulse points, bottom of your feet, and that's gonna help to boost your immune system. So you can use it along with oils like On Guard, frankincense, lemon, like oils like that are really great for immune support. You can add it to your shampoo. You can add it to your dog shampoo. Even citronella, you can add that onto your dog shampoo to help like ward off ticks and all those other little pesky things that are trying to get on your pets. And you can take it internally for cough and respiratory support. I already mentioned how you can rub it around your ears for ear discomforts. And you can apply it like onto bug bites and stings to help soothe that too. So those are different ways to use tea tree. And I kind of touched on citronella, but I'm going to go over more stuff. Sorry if you can hear my voice in the background. So citronella, I honestly don't use it a whole lot, but when I do use it, I use it for an insect repellent. So when we're outside, I can apply that directly onto the boys. I can do like a drop in my hand with fractionated coconut oil, rub their legs down really quick, and they're good to go when they're outside. So that's one way that we like to use it. And I have my book out too. So I'm gonna look at that too. But you can also add it to your shampoos for like a deep cleansing and to help bring shine back to your hair. And you can add it to your lotion to help with skin inflammation. And it also helps with fungal and bacterial conditions of your intestinal and urinary tracts. So if you get like urinary tract infections, citronella can be one of the oils that you use for that. But did anybody want to share like ways that they use tea tree or citronella? I'll jump into the chat and see if anyone had said.
Can I share about tea tree?
Yes.
So I really love tea tree for my children and for myself. If like ever I hear a cough or sense like a sickness, I know it doesn't have supplemental facts on the back, but this is one that I will give them internally. And I just do 2 drops, like, and then I make them pound lemon water. And I swear, like every time it just like, you know how it says it penetrates the cell, like it really gets to the root cause of that cough and it just like kills it. So good.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. That's one of my go-tos for like as soon as we have a sickness come on, tea tree is one of the first things that I grab, especially for my little ones. And then one thing that I noticed that I thought was super interesting with citronella, and it says it in this book, is it helps to combat side effects that are caused by drugs, alcohol, narcotics, and toxins. So if you are seeing that you have side effects from those things, then try to use citronella. So it says you can apply it or you can diffuse it. So put it in your hand, take deep breaths of it, and then you can apply it to the bottom of your feet or the affected area directly. So that's one thing that I thought was like super cool about citronella. One of my favorite diffuser blends is tea tree and purify. That's what Marissa said. Danny said, I use it to spray in my hair weave to avoid molding and scalp buildup. That's a good one. I've never heard that one before. That's a good one. I've used tea tree oil since I was a kid. Cuts, blemishes, hair cleaning, bites, etc. Equivalent to Vicks for us Filipinos. I've heard that Vicks is like really up there for Filipinos. I also make hair growth uku preventative spray with tea tree, rosemary, and peppermint. Yep, I think that's all the oils that I use in mine too. That one's a really good one. And tea tree is safe to take internally, right? I have people asking. Okay, so I did contact doTERRA about that. So it used to be called Melaleuca, or I mean, it is called Melaleuca, but it used to be labeled Melaleuca, and it had supplement facts on it before. So I contacted them and I asked if it's still safe to take it internally, and they said yes, it is, but they took off supplement facts because they saw more of a benefit of using it aromatically and topically, not really internally. So they took it off. They took off the supplement facts. But you can for sure live chat in and ask about that too. Okay, there's like a lot of chats, but I don't want to spend forever on it. Liza, do you want me to read through everything?
No, but there's some good stuff in here.
Okay.
And I just want to say that, like Jen, you asked, yeah, tea tree is one of those oils that you don't want to use willy-nilly around cats. If you have animals and pets, there are a ton of resources that I've posted in the Facebook group over time, but I highly suggest that you follow the essential oil vet, Janet Rourke. She uses doTERRA. And just to, now I have a dog, but I never, which is crazy to say because I never thought I'd have a pet, but just, you want to be smart. The main thing is that when you diffuse things, you want to make sure that your animals always have the right to leave that space where you're diffusing things. And then, there are some oils that you want to be a little bit more cautious of. You definitely don't want to put on them, but there are tons and tons of people who their animals are their worlds and they use oils on them. So you just have to get educated about that for sure. And I just wanted to mention that. So, let's see, we talked about that. Yes, Flume Bomb. I'll live by Flume Bomb forever. And so while I don't take a ton of Melaleuca internally, I will when I make a Flume Bomb. And I love what T shared. And also Aisha said that for sore throat, that's her go-to. T, Mata asked, do you put it in your kids' water or in a veggie capsule?
Mata is just shove it in their mouth. I like, my son will take it, but my 2-year-old, I just sorry to say, but I pin her down, and then I just, because I know it works and it's super nasty, but it's like she won't swallow the big veggie capsules.
Yeah.
So just 2 drops just in the mouth.
Yeah.
Also, the veggie caps, you can cut the veggie caps down. So for the veggie caps, like one side is longer than the other. That longer side I cut down and I turn it into smaller veggie caps. So that way I can give it to my boys and they're good with taking that. So you can try that too.
Yeah, Auntie Mikey, it's Rourke. It's spelled that way, I believe. But if you go into the Facebook group and you search pets, I've reposted a lot of her stuff over the years. And then Michael, if Lisa Zimmer's post was public, which I'm sure she was, share it into the group. That would be awesome to have that. And great tip, Fraser, for sharing about cutting the veggie caps to make them smaller. So I'm guessing T's still going to go with her strategy, but for future reference. And then I just had to do a double take because T, you're on Tasha's computer. So I was like, wait, that's not Tosh, that's T. Okay, and then Sam just said, love, love, love tea tree oil. Definitely helps with my eczema flare-ups along with lavender, frankincense, correct X. So, okay, awesome. Thanks, Fraser, for sharing about tea tree and citronella. Let's go ahead and move on to the next BOGO. And, this was a good one. This is a good one. Island Mint and Purify. Take it away.
All right, Island Mint and Purify. This was a good one, and I really didn't use these as much as I do now. So Island Mint and Purify, they're both blends, and Island Mint is made of lime, lemon, peppermint, and spruce. So lime is very cleansing and uplifting. Lemon is great for like uplifting the mood, and peppermint, very invigorating. So fun fact, peppermint is a hybrid of watermint and spearmint. And then you have the spruce in there too to make it a really grounding blend. So this one is really nice, actually. So I really like diffusing it. There's a great little recipe there. This one can be used aromatically and topically. So there's a little DIY foot scrub down there. The smell of it is very energizing, renewing, and calming at the same time. So you have that grounding. When I was reading about it before, there was a lot about like using it on like long road trips and things where you might be in a stressful situation. So this one's supposed to be very like helpful in mood modulating for more of an upward vibe. And yeah, so that was the funny thing about that one. And then the freebie oil was the Purify, which is a great blend. This blend is made of lemon peel, Siberian fir, citronella, which we just learned a bit about, lime, tea tree, and cilantro. So an interesting combo. At first, I wasn't really like a big fan, but the more that I learned about it, the more that I appreciated it, like most of the oils. So this one gives you the emotional support that it provides. It gives you a really more positive outlook. As you can think of like what this blend represents, it's a cleansing blend. So you can kind of think of it like as cleansing of the negative energy and things. So giving you more of a positive outlook, encouragement, releasing of control. This one, great to diffuse, yes. Also great for DIY like cleaners and things. Adding to your laundry, that's a great one that I use. And then I usually add it to the dryer balls as well. Fun fact, as I was listening to a podcast, it was saying that to boost the laundry smell, you can add the drops of oil to the dryer ball at the last 20 minutes of the load. I just don't have like the patience for that, but that's a great, if you really need the extra boost, you could add like a little bit more at the end so that it really stays in there. So that's a cool one. Purify, also great for seasonal. Apply to the bottom of your feet for helping with seasonal irritations. You can add to a cotton ball and place in stinky shoes. So that's like just a general really helpful one. And yeah, great for lymphatic drainage. So that is a fun fact. Lovely air freshener there, and open up to sharing.
I remember one of Fraser's first posts was the cotton balls in the shoes. Wasn't that like one of your very first posts when you started sharing doTERRA?
I don't even think, was I even doing the business yet?
I don't even know.
Because I remember I was doing like a lot of DIY stuff before I started doing the business, and Liza's like, "Do you want to do the business? You're already sharing." I think it was one of those posts.
Maybe it was this post that was the catalyst for you going gold, sister. So let's go ahead and like look through some of the chat. I did not like Purify when I started. Also, I did not like On Guard. So that tells you a lot about how I was affected by the smells. And now I love On Guard and I love Purify. And I really think that cilantro is really tricky for people. Cilantro is just kind of one of those that you can either love or not love. But Purify totally has grown on me, and I love it for all the things smells and just fresh and cleansing and clean. So let's see. Michael, are you talking about one of the oil, like, are you talking about one of these oils? Which one is that? Because that's I love that, if it is. So I use this all the time. Kanan says I use this all the time. Every wash gets Purify. It's so good. It's definitely one of my laundry room staples. Absolutely. Jai says Purify and white vinegar for fabric softener is really great. My mom said she started loving Purify when I used it to clean her house. Oh, and Jai said, and then Purify on blemishes. Okay. Oh, and Michael said she was talking about tea tree, but I think this is really important to share. She heard that when we apply it to kids to help them discern between their emotions and those of others, so to really helping set emotional boundaries. I absolutely love that. Anybody else want to share about Island Mint or Purify? I love the mints and the citruses. So Island Mint is definitely, this was my favorite BOGO for sure. And, it's always nice when you can get an oil that's a limited time oil too. So anybody else want to share about Island Mint or Purify? No? All right. Okay, we'll keep on keeping on then. We're gonna come up next to deep blue and past tense. Go ahead, Kate, and take it away.
All right, so these two are amazing. Obviously, both of them for pain. I know when you think of deep blue, obviously we go straight to the muscles, joints, arthritis, aches and pains, working out kind of thing. Deep blue is one most people, if they know doTERRA at all, that's the one they know. I absolutely love deep blue for um, both pre and post workout. I do a lot of the rub, and I think a lot of us do, but I know the oil is super great too when you are kind of in a lot of pain, where you want to layer both the rub and the oil, because it's just going to give you that much more support with those aches and pains. And of course, adding some copaiba. I always hate saying it like that. I want to say copaiba. To that is going to only help even more with that inflammation. So deep blue, awesome, awesome blend. And of course, you see that at a BOGO, you have to go for it because it's going to be a good deal. You're going to use it constantly. So if you don't know the oils within deep blue, they're all listed there. I almost wish doTERRA would add copaiba to that mix because it would be perfect. We got wintergreen, helichrysum, peppermint, camphor, and blue tansy, which is what makes it the blue color. So there's a great aches away silk there. And then the emotional support for deep blue is acceptance, release, and courage. And I think that's perfect. I use my deep blue rub constantly right now because I have a Peloton and I love it. It's like my best friend now. But I have a bottle of deep blue rub right next to it, and so I put it on right before I get on my bike every day, and I put it on after I shower because it keeps me cool so I don't sweat so much. Anyway, that's might be a little bit too personal, but yeah, love deep blue. I go through it like crazy. And then past tense is what I could talk about all day. This actually was my gateway oil when I first started using oils way back in like 2014 or something. There was just something about this oil, which I actually think it was the cilantro, because I am one of those people that love cilantro. I love eating it, and I just love the smell. And so cilantro is in there, and also some wintergreen. I know it's not all listed there, but it also has wintergreen, lavender, peppermint, frankincense, cilantro, marjoram, Roman chamomile, basil, and rosemary. And this blend is great for tension. So really thinking about headaches. I carry a lot of tension right in my neck, so right in that area. I also am reading here it's great for hot flashes, which I'm not yet having, but I know it will be around someday soon. And it's also great for hangovers, which you never know. You might just need that. Never know. But yes, past tense, it's really funny. It's really funny because past tense was one that you don't really think of as like an emotional oil. But when I started using oils, it was an emotional oil for me. It supported my emotions during kind of just crazy time of my life, a little transition with my husband getting a new role in his life. He quit teaching and he didn't have a job for a while, and life was just tough because the kids were young. And so this is my like go in the corner when the kids are freaking out, and I was freaking out, and I just take my deep breaths and I would roll it, and then the menthol quality would just linger and stay with me. And it's a really strong smell, so it would be one that I could smell and have that aroma affect my emotions for a while. So I absolutely love past tense. And whenever I smell it, I can immediately like, oh, someone's got past tense on them. It's just one of my oils I absolutely love. But you can also use it for more things. We have here for massaging into your feet after walking, applying to your neck and forehead to soothe head tension, rubbing over your stomach for menstrual cramps, behind the ears before taking a test or giving a speech. All right, and I'm going to read some of the chat and then maybe share some May have shared a little too much tonight, but that's okay. Okay, I have Fraser said that past tense is her new favorite for those killer stomach cramps during that time of the month, which I actually have never tried. I usually just go for my Clary Calm and Deep Blue. I will try that. But she says, along with the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex and Copaiba soft gels. Michael says, past tense makes me smell like I spilled my salsa all over me. Love you too, Kanan. Marissa says, I take my past tense and make it two out of it because the smell is a bit too strong. That's a great tip. Just like the Immortelle, it is comes in the roller, but it's not diluted yet. So if it's way too strong for you, go ahead and do that. I also have a friend that loves the smell and she likes to diffuse it. So you can also put some in an extra bottle if you want to use it in your diffuser, because it's a little hard to do that with the roller. Also, K-House says it's great for menopause hot flashes. It was my daily perfume for me during that time. I will remember that. Aisha used it for a headache today. Christy says she tried a diffuser blend with past tense, Deep Blue, and frankincense. Smells amazing. I need to try that. And Ray says privately, she loves me too. Thank you. I love you, Ray. And I need to diffuse Deep Blue. I have not done that, actually. I don't know why. I'm not really, it's always been a topical one for me, but I am going to try that. And Blue Tansy. All right, and if anyone else wants to jump in and share, go right ahead.
Thanks so much, Kate. I don't think we can ever overshare on these calls, right? Where it's all good. So it's a party after all, right? Okay, let's go ahead. We have one more. Our last and final BOGO was actually a buy one, get two free. Another limited edition oil that we couldn't get. And I know Tasha's been prepping for her turn because I see her smelling all the things. So just like Fraser, they have a whole routine to do to get ready for when they have to speak on these. And I love them so much for it and appreciate that they're always willing to be vulnerable and brave. And I promise I'm going to work on putting you on the spot. Okay, so go ahead, Tosh, and take it away.
T's going to talk about Melissa.
Oh, awesome. Okay, good. Nice.
Well, Melissa is one of my favorites. That's actually what I was smelling because Tasha, as soon as I came over, said, you're talking about Melissa. So it's actually it's so amazing if you're doing public speaking for emotional support, and it's the #1 antidepressant oil. So it's really good if you're suffering from that, like invest in it, save your points for it. Cause I know it's an expensive bottle of oil, but it's literally one of my favorite. Like I just smelt it and I just feel amazing just from smelling it. But yeah, so emotional support, it gives you purpose. It definitely gives you confidence. And it helps with calming too. And how to use it, you can inhale it like us to soothe anxious and nervous feelings. Massage it to your neck, your forehead to calm head tension. Rub all over your stomach to soothe cramps. Drink a drop in your water. If you're irritated, it's a great blend for irritation. And diffuse it for a great night's sleep. And then you can also make a pillow spray. So take a picture of that. It has chamomile, lavender, and bergamot, which is really amazing. And just spray it on your pillow and for emotional support. It's a really amazing oil, and I totally read the wrong one. That was Roman chamomile, but you know what? All of that I feel is for Melissa too.
Anybody recognize? Because we're just listening to you talk about it.
Oh my God. But you know what? I truly believe that all that is in Roman chamomile is for Melissa too, because both of them is both great for emotional support. But for Melissa, it's also good for healthy sperm.
Where does it say that?
It says it right there, healthy sperm. And if you're having some oh my gosh, praise the Lord, I can't believe I'm sharing this. You got the worst person to share about sexuality here.
More babies,
Yeah, so if you need more babies, put some Melissa behind your neck, if you're having trouble fertilizing them eggs, Melissa got your back. But yeah, it's really good for emotional support, as well as Roman chamomile. Roman chamomile is really great for your skin. I really, really like Roman chamomile for my varicose veins. I use that with jojoba oil. And then I'm going to pass it over to Tosh.
Well, since she talked about Melissa and Roman chamomile, I only have yellow mandarin. We're all happy over here because we smelled so much oils. We can't stop laughing. So yellow mandarin, I love to put it in my water. It's super good. It's an uplifting, self-assuring oil. If you have to let something go, I guess it helps you let go of that and just drink it to support healthy digestion. Add to your cleaners for a cleansing boost. So I think I did add this to my cleaner the last time I refilled it, and it gives it like a citrus smell. So I just added it for the smell, but I know citruses, like all citruses are cleansing, so I like to add it and they smell good. So yeah, it's a good one to add. Diffuse it with a mint to promote focus. So that's really good. Inhale in your palms when you're feeling stuck or discouraged. So that's a good one to know to keep right by my computer. And add it to a soap or a sugar scrub for a refreshing shower. So if you know how you put baking soda in your fridge, so you can add some drops of yellow mandarin in there and it'll give it that fresh citrus smell in your refrigerator. It also says to add water, but I don't like to have open water in my refrigerator just because my son will probably spill it. Yeah, so how do you guys use this? Has anybody used Melissa to support healthy sperm?
To get pregnant?
Pair it with rose to get a higher sperm production.
Oh my gosh. I got set up on that one, man.
You guys are
Tonight's entertainment brought to you by the Hasegawa sisters. Every Thursday at 9 and 10 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time as they share about all the oils. Okay. But Ray said it's the number one antiviral oil too, Melissa. It's actually, from what I've heard, it's the number one selling oil in Japan. It's their like most popular oil that they sell. So really, really powerful on physical and emotional levels. Jai says he needs that for irritation sometimes. I'm hoping he's talking about the Roman chamomile. My mom said, please make sure you guys are not drinking it. Again, I'm not sure which oil. Kanani says, I don't need any more babies, so she will not let Chris get anywhere near that, Melissa. Cami also says, we're getting a lot of seconds on that. Never use Melissa for these purposes. But Ray said, that's so interesting. I do have a customer working on baby making, so that's good to know. My mom said she made, oh, sorry. Somebody want to share? Oh, I thought I heard somebody.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear me? I was scolding my dog.
Oh, that's so funny.
She's barking while we're doing this.
You're so fine. My mom said she made a roll with Melissa and some other oils for a friend, and she got pregnant 2 months later. Interesting. Okay. Mata said she's going to get Melissa tomorrow. So there you go. Shayla, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I love your name. Shayla or Shyla. I use Melissa, Roman chamomile, and cheer to try to prevent tough depression. Absolutely. Melissa is such a powerful oil to ground into, you guys, for that emotional support. I just posted today, I saw like this Melissa challenge, a 21-day challenge of using Melissa, just pressing it to the roof of your mouth. The first day is sort of an activation day where you do that once every hour for 12 hours. And then for the last 20 days, you just do it once a day. So if anyone wants to join me in that, you know, I just think it would be a really interesting way to see and utilize this oil. Cami said, though, now I know what kind of roller to make for my bestie. So that's awesome. Auntie Mikey said, I just started adding 2 drops of Roman chamomile to her Flume capsule before bed. And she does notice she's getting a little bit longer stretch of sleep, about an hour. That's pretty substantial amount of sleep. Thanks for sharing that. And Ray said she's going to do that with her mom who is battling depression. And Kate says, I'm in on the Melissa challenge starting tomorrow. Yeah, I would absolutely love for other people to join. Find the thread on Facebook and post, post if you feel anything. They always say it takes 21 days to create a new routine. So I think that's the theory behind that. But Tosh says I made a roller for her grandma, and she said she feels so good. Melissa for the win. This was really an incredible BOGO. Roman chamomile by itself is I think in like the $45 range. So to get this oil and then a citrus that you can't buy for free really made Melissa such a no-brainer at this time. So thank you everyone who shared for our BOGO after party. Marissa says she was in on the Melissa challenge until they shared. I'm thinking it has to do something with the I think you have to be pretty strategic about your use of it, though, in that sense, in terms of where you're applying it topically and stuff. So let's not scare anybody away from doing the Melissa challenge. All right, everybody. So before we wrap it up for tonight, we just want to give you a reminder that we do not want you to miss out on future freebies. If you are not already earning free rewards points, T kind of mentioned this. She said, yes, Melissa is an investment. You know, save your points. If you didn't know it, Rose is also available now using points. Tasha just got a free bottle of Rose, you guys, almost a $300 bottle of oil for free using points. So if you are not yet earning rewards points on your orders and shipping, be sure to start ordering your monthly wellness box via your loyalty rewards program. And this is really simple. This is how it works. Your wellness box is customized. You decide what you get and when you get it. It's delivered right to your door. You earn points back on orders of 50 PV or more. But in order to keep the, to stay on the LRP program, you only need to order one thing that has PV a month. When you do, though, you earn free products. You can always earn a free product with 125 PV by the 15th. So you have just a few more days, 3 more days, 2 days to get a free bottle of Caraway. If you don't know a lot about Caraway, we did a call about it last week. Was it last week already that we talked about Caraway? So go ahead and check that out. And there's also posts in the group. But the other thing that I love is that no matter what you pay in shipping when you're on the loyalty rewards program, you get it all back in free product. So, for those of us that are in Hawaii, the shipping is always $4.99, no matter how much or how little you buy. And you get all of that back. This points percentage increases every 3 months of PV orders. So, and it doesn't have to be consecutive months. You could do big orders for 2 months and then do a smaller order for 1 month and do other bigger orders. So for the first 1 to 3 months, you do 50 PV or more, you get 10% back. And this percentage increases by 5%. So those of us that have been with doTERRA for a while, we get 30% back on all of our purchases plus our shipping back in free products, which is amazing. So Can you change the items each month? Yes, you have total and ultimate control. It's really important, you guys, that you know that doTERRA does not obligate you to anything, and you can cancel it at any time. You can change your shipping date. You can opt out of it. I always just say, though, if you're going to cancel your loyalty rewards program, use your points first, because that's the whole benefit of it. So be sure to use your points first. All right. We want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. Big shout out to all of our presenters. We're so grateful for all of you guys. Thank you to Aisha for putting together this PowerPoint for us. Let me check the chat real quick. Does the $50 expire this month? Any points, this is a great question. Any points that are added to your account, no matter when they're added, you have 1 year from the time that they're added to use them. So if you had customers that enrolled last month and were eligible for the free 50 PV, from the time the points entered into their account, they have 1 year to redeem those. In 13 months, you can get 30% back too. Yep. So at 13 months, you can get 30% back. All right. Thank you, Mahelani, Michael, Danny, and everyone else who tuned in to join us for our BOGO after party. We so appreciate all of you. Thank you for the patience with all of the technology hiccups. We appreciate all of you. Oh, let's take a quick picture. We got a couple of screens. So if everyone could turn on, thanks, Cami, for the reminder. Turn on their screens real quick. Okay, oh, wait, let me make my screen bigger. There we go. Okay, 1, 2, first screen. It's funny to hear people like logging off. They're like, no, not to the picture. Okay, smile. All right, everyone, as usual, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you back here next week. We will be doing a special product hack edition, so stay tuned for that. And we will be wrapping up our Back to Basics daily mentor calls. I think call 30 something to 50. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Great presentation, everybody.